Hello everyone, welcome back to Trek-A-Day, and today we have the DVD release of Star Trek The Animated Series. This is the older DVD release. It's been re-released in a slim case and then on Blu-ray, and it's also available in full on VHS and a Laserdisc box set. This is probably my favorite of the bunch just because I like when they do these oddball collector's cases for seasons of Star Trek. They're a bit weird and cumbersome, but they just look pretty on the shelf. I love this as well. You can see the depth in there. It just has a cool effect, especially in person, of the way that image looks within that insignia. So this is a nice hard shell release with the outer sleeve with Spock and Kirk, and a description on the back of the contents of the whole thing. Tons of commentaries, which is fun. This is really fun to get into the making of and all the different connections and little documentaries and stuff related to the animated series. Definitely has some subpar animation, the actual animation, but especially for an animated Star Trek series geared more towards kids in general, the storytelling is a higher quality than I think it gets credit for. Of course, there are some duds in there that are the equivalent to like lesser Hanna-Barbera, but there are some that were written by actual Star Trek writers, people like DC Fontana and like other people that worked on Star Trek, and it feels like a fourth season of TOS. It really does. There are a few episodes, a few storylines in here that I feel like would have been amazing for live action fourth season episodes, and there are a few benefits to the animation at the time too. They were able to do a few effects and show a few more like creatures and alien races and things that would have been far too difficult for TOS at the time in the 60s when it came out, or would have looked pretty Flash Gordon cheap. So they were able to do some things a little more justice in the animated form. And have the back here with a list of all the episodes, and I like how they did this with the star date and the original air date, 1973 through 74, so that's a nice thing to have. On the side, the booklet, of course, that has more detailed information on each episode. It's kind of like on the back, instead of just a listing, it actually has information about each episode in case you're looking for a specific one, you don't recognize the title by itself. A brief message about the animated series on top there in the silver bar. It's a big fold out, so it gives you all kinds of information. It's a good episode guide with some artwork. And the discs themselves, as you can see, is very reminiscent of a lot of other Star Trek packaging at the time, the original series and the HD DVD sets. There's a whole bunch that had very similar styled packaging in this kind of booklet style for the set. It's a pretty short series overall, only 4 discs for the entire thing and all the special features, so it's definitely an easy one to get into. And again, it's not perfect. The animation quality is really not that great, but it's definitely a series that I think is unfairly maligned, and I think deserves another look from a lot of people that maybe dismissed this one.